Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Green Mountain Guard. I'm Sergeant Major Casey Bell, your senior enlisted leader for the Recruiting and Retention Battalion here in the Vermont Army National Guard. And I'm grateful to spend a few minutes with you as we head into this holiday season. First and foremost, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to the incredible soldiers, airmen, families, and civilian partners who make this organization what it is. The holidays remind us how important service, community, and connection truly are. And no one embodies those values better than the men and women of the Vermont National Guard. As we wrap up another year, I also want to highlight the mission my team carries every day. Recruiting and retention isn't just about numbers. It's about finding the next generation of Vermonters who want to serve their state and nation, and ensuring the talented people already in our ranks feel supported, valued, and motivated to continue their journey. Every conversation we have, every career path we shape, strengthens this force and ensures we remain ready to answer the call. So, during this season of giving, I encourage all of you to share your story. Tell someone what serving means to you. Invite them to learn more. Your voice is our most powerful recruiting tool, and your commitment to staying in the fight is the heartbeat of this organization. As we celebrate with friends and family, take the time to rest, recharge, and check on those around you. Our Guard family is strongest when we look out for one another. On behalf of the Recruiting and Retention Battalion, I wish you peace, joy, and a safe, memorable holiday season. Thank you for everything you do for the Green Mountain State and for this exceptional force and nation. Now, we hope you'll enjoy this special episode and perhaps hear a familiar voice or two.
Greetings, I'm Staff Sergeant James Bordeaux from the 40th Armored Band, wishing everybody here a wonderful holiday season.
I'm Sergeant Boss with the 172nd Law Enforcement Detachment, and I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Hi, I'm Staff Sergeant Andrew Bisneff from the 40th Army Band. Just want to say Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy Holidays. This is Lieutenant Colonel Jamie Lewandowski. I just want to give a shout out to all the Green Mountain Boys in 86th Troop Command.
Happy Holidays. This is Sergeant Burge from the 172nd LEDET. I just want to wish a happy holidays to my boy Santa Claus out there. And hope you guys all have a happy, healthy holiday.
Yeah, I'm Sergeant Campbell. Happy holidays to everybody. Shout out to Norwich University, class of 27. Happy holidays.
I've been in units in New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. Serving in Vermont has been the most enjoyable time I've had. I mean, if you look around outside, it's gorgeous. The units up here have a lot more opportunity than other units in other states that I've been a part of. I'm Lieutenant Mitch Cannon. I'm an infantry officer in the Vermont Army National Guard. If you're in Vermont, or even if you're not, if you're interested in joining the military and the Guard part-time, Vermont is the place to go, in my opinion.
You're listening to the Green Mountain Guard podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Green Mountain Guard. I'm your host, Denis Nunez, Sergeant Denis Nunez to some, and I am joined today by Captain Calli Murphy, a helicopter pilot in the Vermont National Guard. We hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday and are looking forward to the winter holidays coming up. Good morning, Calli. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is exciting.
So can you just tell us a little bit about your background and where you grew up?
Sure, yeah. So I was born and raised in a small town in Sussex County, New Jersey, Stillwater, for all my folks out there that are listening and are Stillwaterites. Jersey. Yeah, exactly. Stay off the Parkway. But I grew up there most of my life, went to high school there, graduated from Kittatinny Regional High School up there, and then went to college. I actually transferred through 2 different colleges in my career. Went to Concord University in West Virginia, small Division II school, and then moved up here to Castleton University, rather when it was Castleton University, but did my bachelor's degree there, and that's been most of my life so far.
That's awesome.
Schooling.
Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Was there a key moment for you that kind of pushed you towards military service?
Yeah, definitely. My entire family, most of the gentlemen in my family were all military. Dad was an armor guy. Uncle was a combat engineer. Grandfather was a drill sergeant at some point in his career. So I have a long-standing legacy of just gentlemen doing the military thing. And I was growing up watching my dad do the thing, uncle do the thing, grandfather do the thing. And I was like, I want to do that thing too, you know? So that moment for me really was when I went to my dad and my uncle and my grandfather, and I was like, hey, I'm watching you guys all like do this thing. What about me? You know what I mean? Like, I know there haven't been any like women to do it yet, but like I'm still a Van Gordon, you know what I mean? I can totally do that. And when I got the 3 thumbs up from all 3 of them, I was like, all right, let's do it, you know? So
That's great. And it's amazing that you had that support, that family structure.
Definitely.
I think that's super important to have somebody out there supporting your service. And we thank you for your service.
Thank you.
What first sparked your interest in aviation specifically? What was becoming a pilot kind of like part of the plan, or did you kind of fall into that?
Yeah, I definitely fell into it. Originally enlisted in 2017 as a 13 Bravo, so artilleryman, because I watched my whole family do these combat things, and I was like, I'll try that combat thing. And then I actually moved up to Vermont, where I watched my current company commander fly the Lakota. He was the commander of the Lakotas at the time, Major John Leskier. And got in the back with him, and he flew me around a little bit. And I was convinced after that. And I was like, hey, how do I do this? You know, really want to do this. This is really cool. Being up in the air is way better than being on the ground, you know, way less traffic. And he was like, yeah, just apply for the unit, come be like an SMP cadet for a little while, learn the ropes, kind of learn what you're going to do in the future as an Army officer for Vermont. And that's what sparked it. And that's what kind of got me in the sky after that.
Walk us through the process of becoming a helicopter pilot in the Vermont National Guard, like joining flight school,
Yeah.
how you get into the program.
Definitely, yeah. So you do a flight board to initially get into the program to become like selected to become a Vermont medevac pilot. And so you go through a board, you sit in front of the whole 9 yards, whether it be the current commanders, the SAO, whoever else they choose to sit on this board to determine whether or not you're a good candidate for flight school. Once you become once you are told that you are a good candidate, a prime candidate, they then send you to basic officer leadership course, which all officers go to. It doesn't matter what branch you are, you'll go to that certain officer leadership course. So I went to medical services first, and I became a medical services officer. From there, I got sent to flight school, where I did aviation basic officer leadership course as well, because you kind of dual hat in Vermont. You're both medical services and aviation. And then you get put right into flight school. You learn on the UH-72 Lakota, and then you get to fly the Black Hawk, and you learn the Black Hawk. And then sprinkled throughout somewhere in there, you go to SEER, so Survival and Evasion School. And then after that, you go to the final like closing of flight school, which is just a summary of everything that you've done. And then you graduate flight school. And then once you're done with that, you come back to Vermont and you continue your schooling in Vermont. You go through all of your readiness levels, progress to become an RL1 aviator, which is just readiness level 1, which means you can do all the tasks that are assigned in Vermont. And then hopefully make your way to pilot in command at some point in your career. And then you're a real pilot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All in, how many years is that?
Wow, a lot.
Yeah.
So a lot of schooling. Flight school itself is normally about 18 months, give or take, dependent on how fast Fort Rucker is pushing you through and stuff. But from start to finish, upwards of like 10 years to make like a true, like ready to go pilot.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's incredible. So you really got to be dedicated.
100%, yeah.
What are some of the challenges you feel like you faced on your journey to becoming a pilot?
Yeah. So just like everybody else, everyone runs into some type of challenge, but the first thing that comes to mind for me is just balancing pregnancy with flying was one of my largest hurdles. So I graduated flight school in 2020, and then in 2023, I had my daughter, and just dealing with the whole am I medically cleared to fly? Can I fly while I'm pregnant? Am I comfortable flying while I'm pregnant? Is my entire command team comfortable? It was just one of those things where you're grounded for a little bit, then you get to come back up and fly again, and then you're grounded again for a bit postpartum, and then you got to relearn the aircraft and everything like that. So that was probably my biggest hurdle when it comes to like flying specific things in the company.
Wow. That's incredible, though.
Yeah.
I can't believe that many of the guys can relate to that.
Right. No, definitely not.
There's got to be some pretty feel-good moments, being a helicopter pilot. Is there anything that kind of sticks out to you, like that moment where you're like in the air and you're like, yeah, this is where I belong?
For sure. Yeah. So, as you develop as a pilot, there are always moments where you're like second guessing yourself, or something is really difficult, or you're having a lot of trouble with a maneuver and you're like, crap, this is my 5th attempt. Like, do I belong here, or like, is this for me type of thing? And I'm telling you, every pilot has the moment where they get into the aircraft and they take off and they're like, I know what the aircraft is going to do. Like, I know how to work the controls. I don't have to stare at my little ECAS or like iPad on the screen to know what the aircraft is doing. Like, I'm going by feel as well. I'm going by sound as well, right? Not just what I'm looking at per se. And I think that is the kind of cumulative moment where you're like, okay, I do belong here, right? This is the thing for me. Like, and then of course, as you continue to progress, you get like the cool aspects of it where you get to like fly around your house and you get to see your kid on the ground and she's waving at you and she's like, that's my mom, And that was one of the moments for me where I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do and continue to do, because that is the coolest thing ever, is like looking down outside of your aircraft and seeing someone that you're just like so proud of, right? Being proud of you. That's like an out-of-body experience. And like, that was definitely the moment for me where I was like, this is it,
That's so cool. I know for all the mechanic techies out there, can you tell us a little bit about the birds you fly?
Yeah. So we fly HH model Black Hawk helicopters by Sikorsky. 2 pilots always up front. We have the ability to fly with a crew chief as well as flight medics.
The Army and Air physical fitness tests are changing. Our force must be ready to adapt to these changes. Train Heroic is a resource that's got you covered for training year 2026. Train Heroic, the mobile fitness app that's free for all soldiers and airmen in the Vermont National Guard, is here to help you meet your health and fitness goals. This virtual program connects you with real coaches from within our own ranks, Guard members who understand our missions, our tempo, and our culture. They'll build training programs tailored to your needs, all available right from your phone. Work out anywhere, your living room, your favorite gym, your garage, no need to travel to a specific facility. And if you're rural and you don't have gym access at all, no problem. Our coaches can create full bodyweight programs designed to be done anywhere with minimal or no equipment. So don't wait, start your training journey today. Download the Train Heroic app now. If you're a soldier or airman in the Vermont National Guard, reach out to your Readiness NCO or your Recruiting and Retention NCO for your access code and to get connected to your coach.
Welcome back. I am once again with helicopter pilot Captain Calli Murphy. We are going to talk about a gym that she owns with her husband, High Torque Athletics in St. Albans, Vermont. And I understand you're doing a little bit of community outreach. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. This year, we're doing a Push-Ups for Presents kind of toy drive. It'll be on December 13th, and we're going to be donating to Voices Against Violence, which is a domestic violence kind of support and outreach program up in St. Albans, Vermont.
That's awesome. Outside the uniform, you're super active in your community with this gym. Can you share a little bit about how you guys got started, how this all opened up for you?
Yeah, definitely. So right after I had my baby in 2023, I was really struggling to get myself back in shape. Kind of didn't really know what to do, how to do it, the whole 9 yards. And walked into a gym in St. Albans, Vermont, formerly known as Drop Time CrossFit, and couldn't run 200 meters. Was walking most of it, honestly. And then I found the community there, grew to love it. And then I was like, I'll take this over. Me and my husband decided to buy it. And ever since then, we've been working out, doing the fitness thing for 2 years now. And it's been amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we just wrapped up a fitness podcast, which if you haven't heard that episode 1, take a look and give it a listen. That ties in very nicely to this. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about what type of gym you have? Are we looking at like a CrossFit gym?
Yeah, so you could say it's CrossFit-y, but mostly functional fitness. Okay, group classes is mainly what we do. We do have like a 24/7 access thing, but I love advertising for the group fitness classes. Okay, they totally changed my life. You know, it is different, and you get a better workout when you have other people there that have that same goal, that same intent, who are just there to encourage and support you, right? The group fitness classes, Monday through Sunday, so Sunday through Sunday, we have classes that are all group classes, and we have so many members that are there for the community, you know, just to encourage other people, just to improve themselves. And like I said, everyone having that one goal is just one of those amazing things that will get you more involved, more excited to go to these classes and stuff. So it's an all-encompassing gym. We have anywhere from powerlifters to static lifters to bodybuilders to CrossFitters. So all-encompassing, and I love to advertise that group class.
Take a look, guys. Check it out if you're in the area. And so what inspired you to launch or participate in this outreach project that you guys are doing? Again, Push Up for Presence, happening December 13th at 8 a.m. at High Torque Athletics in St. Albans.
Yeah, so Voices Against Violence is a community program that I see a lot in St. Albans, Vermont. Okay, I know doesn't matter what social, political, etc. thing you stand behind, right? But domestic violence is one of those things that we really advertise to like shut down in St. Albans. Okay, I don't know if anybody out there knows or understands its prevalence in St. Albans, but it is pretty high in all of Vermont, but St. Albans specifically. So this program does a lot and works with a lot of families to get them out of the current situation that they're in and get them standing on like their own 2 feet away from whatever domestic violence situation that they're currently in. And right now they're working with a ton of families with children 0 to age 18. And so we hand selected this program by talking to the director and just having a conversation with her and just saying like, what can we do for you in this community, right? We're right down the road. Is there anything that you need? And then we brought up the chance to participate in a toy drive, and she was like, let's jump on that, you know? So basically just having a conversation with the community and finding out like what's big, what's prevalent, what can we do to fix it was one of the highlights in choosing Voices Against Violence this year.
I noticed that there's kind of a little bit of a desire from you to reach out and serve, and it kind of ties into your military service a little bit. Do you feel like there's any crossover between, you know, being in the uniform and owning that gym? And do you see kind of any sort of similarities between the two where you're helping people?
Definitely, yeah. The helping people is the highlight for sure. As far as crossover goes, it's really just about caring for people, right? So I am currently the training officer of Charlie Company, and my favorite part of my job is literally just the people, right? Like being able to give people an answer that they're looking for or pointing the people in the direction of where to find that answer, helping people through the really difficult times that you might not see in the forefront, right? Maybe behind the scenes, they're going through X, Y, and Z. And I love the opportunity that I get in the position that I'm in where they come into the office and they sit down and they're like, hey, Calli, I'm having this issue. Like, do you have any advice for me, right? And at the gym, same thing, right? I know all of my members' names. I know if any of them have children, right? And a lot of them come for that kind of safe space. Same thing with the uniform. They come in, they sit down. I'd like to think of myself as a safe space, right? when people come to the gym, it's not just, okay, what's the workout today? I hear a lot of venting too, right? Oh, like I just lost my job. Like, do you have any ideas, Calli? Or like, hey, Calli, I just gave birth. Like, this is my first kid. What can I do to get better? Or like, hey, Calli, I'm having a really hard time mentally, like hitting this lift. What can I do? And I think it's that like ability to just help and guide that I really like from both aspects of it.
And yeah, the holiday season especially can be tough on a lot of people.
For sure.
So definitely check out the resources that we have available to our Vermont National Guards folks. Always check out Military One Source. We'll post that link in the bio. So make sure to look at that. If you're in need, reach out. Even if you're doing well, reach out to somebody. Always provide that kind of opportunity to check in on a friend. Looking towards more festive and holiday season type things coming up. What does the holiday season usually look like for you? And are there any traditions that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so ever since I had my daughter in 2023, my sister-in-law, actually, Holly, got us this like cake that you hide a little gnome in. And every year on Christmas, so far, 2 years with Peyton, me and my husband, Tom, have been baking this cake, and you're supposed to find this little gnome. So I love the tradition. I have this weird obsession with gnomes, I guess, according to my husband, because all of my holiday decor is like gnome Santa, gnome elf. What else can I do with gnomes? But anyway, we do this cake. We find this gnome, and whoever finds the gnome gets a prize that we choose. But we love doing that. But other than that, just big family time. You know what I mean? It's one of those opportunities where you get to see everyone all in one place. And that is so special, especially because I'm military. My husband was also active duty Marine Corps. So we were stationed either apart or far away together at some point in our careers. And that getting everyone and encompassing everyone from our families is really, really special. So we love to focus on that too.
Yeah, family time is so important. Definitely spend time with your loved ones out there. As you reflect on this past year and we look forward to bringing in a new year, is there any kind of specific or one accomplishment that kind of sticks out in your mind of what you've been through over the last year, 2025?
Yeah. I think my biggest accomplishment generally has been just learning more about work-life balance. I'm a very need to do this right away type of person. And having a 2-year-old about to be 3-year-old and a husband who's also super busy with his cybersecurity career, it's like I used to struggle like making time for everything. But I think over this past year, I've really grown in the instance of like, let me do my work and then leave the work at work. You know what I mean? And then once I'm home, focus all my attention at home. So just the growth personally is what I'm really, really proud of this year. And having the ability to grow, obviously, is also very largely sentimental to me. But growth is generally it.
Fantastic. Do you have any goals or milestones that you're excited to hit going into 2026, either personally at the gym or in your aviation career?
Yeah, so hopefully in 2026, I do hit that goal on the military side of becoming a pilot in command. I would love to do that at some point in my career since it is like the holy grail. So I would love to do that. But on the personal side, I think I would love to do another High Rocks race. I know that's pretty popular in the fitness space right now. I did one this past year and it was super fun. So I would love to compete again with that. And as far as like work goals, continue to keep the unit on the trending up, you know what I mean? But that's about it for this year.
Awesome. I know this is kind of the tough question I like to pose to everybody at the end of our talks, but if you go back in time to when it all started, your career specifically, what would you tell yourself as a new recruit? And thinking about, someone that listens to this and maybe is thinking about becoming a helicopter pilot in the future, what advice would you have?
During flight school, I had a instructor pilot who was my instructor pilot for the duration of the Black Hawk course. And during the course, I had a really bad day. And I said to my instructor, like, hey, really sorry. I'm not doing my best. I'm having a really bad day. And he looked over at me and he said, Calli, that's not true. And I was like, but what do you mean? Like I'm just having a bad day. And he's like, nope, that's not true because there are only 2 types of days, good days and great days. And he told me that if I shifted my mentality to 2 types of days, that it will make everything easier. And I was like, huh. And ever since that happened, that stuck with me. And if I were to go back in time and see young Calli, like, joining the military, going through those really low lows or those really high highs, I think that if I would have had that motto then, I would have been able to be way more positive, during those really low lows to expect those really high highs. So I think my biggest advice is that there are only truly 2 types of days, good days and great ones, and it's every day is what you make out of it. And I think that even during those low lows, if you tell yourself, there's still some type of good, right? Hunting that good is really important. I just would have been way more positive during those low lows during my career. So like I said, if I could go back in time, just 2 types of days, good days and great ones.
That's a fantastic outlook.
Yeah.
Again, Calli, thank you for being here and telling us a little bit about your story, telling us about High Torque and all of the things that you're doing out there for the community. I'd like you to leave us with a little holiday message, if you could, for the soldiers, the families of our Vermont National Guard community, and to all our listeners out there as we head into the holidays. Any words for us?
Yeah, happy holidays. And I really hope that if you're out there listening and you're looking forward to some type of growth this year, that you do it with the Vermont Guard. I know that's very slogan-y and advertisey, but at the end of the day, this place is actually a really big family, specifically Vermont Aviation. We're all very close. We all pay attention to each other a ton. And since the holidays are very, very, very family-oriented, I just want to say, happy holidays from me, Charlie Company, and the rest of Vermont Aviation, because I know that if they were in the room, they would also be saying that. So,
thank you so much again, folks. That wraps it up for the Green Mountain Guard on this episode. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a fantastic holiday season, and from us, we hope you have a great day.
I love that.
Any products, services, or brands mentioned are not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by the Vermont National Guard. All references are for informational purposes only.
Hi, my name is Jessie Smith. I'm the State Soldier and Family Readiness Group Leader with Family Programs. Just wanted to say have a happy holiday season. And as the holidays ramp up, we know that sometimes things can get pretty stressful, so make sure that you're talking to somebody. We definitely have people at the Family Program staff who you can speak to, and we have plenty of resources. Next year, we have a lot of Military Kids Vermont events that we are already starting to plan, so that's definitely an exciting thing. And we look forward to having more programs releasing and sharing more information with you as the new year rolls out. Happy holidays!
Season's greetings. On behalf of the Vermont Army National Guard, happy holidays. I'm Brigadier General Eric Gagnon, the Assistant Adjutant General, Army. This holiday season prompts reflection on the past year, hope for the year ahead, and a reminder to look out for one another. As the season gains momentum, remember that resilience isn't about pushing harder, it's about restoring intentionally. As I look back at 2025 and ahead to 2026, I think about the number of things the Vermont National Guard performed over the past year. It's difficult to capture everything the Vermont National Guard is doing. The Army remains focused on caring for soldiers and families, mission readiness, organizational improvement, and professional development. In 2025, our major operations centered on preparing elements of the 86th Infantry Brigade Combat Team for a 2026 deployment to Germany to support the Joint Multinational Training Group Ukraine mission, and 3rd of the 172nd Infantry Battalion's deployment to support Operation Spartan Shield in the CENTCOM area of operations next summer. Simultaneously, our Vermont Army National Guard led in training excellence. The 124th Regiment continued to be recognized for NCO development, information operations, and mountain warfare, while the Garrison Support Command delivered a second-to-none training environment at Ethan Allen Firing Range, while overseeing the outstanding performance of our aviation units, the 40th Army Band, and the 15th Civil Support Team. Next spring, the GSC and our engineers will commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Camp Ethan Allen Firing Range with a host of group projects to enhance the training site. The 86th Infantry Brigade Combat Team sent 480 soldiers and 200 pieces of equipment to Europe for Operation Immediate Response 25. This was a major joint exercise with 12,000 troops from 8 nations where our Vermont Guardsmen trained at North Macedonia's Krivolak training area alongside our multinational partners to strengthen land warfare skills and interoperability. This event marked the Vermont National Guard's largest contingent to North Macedonia in our partnership's 34-year history. As Colonel Tantillo, the 86th IBCT's commander, likes to say, no big deal. The 124th Regiment earned the Army Superior Unit Award for exceptional performance. Its Army Mountain Warfare School advanced modernization and accreditation initiatives through achieving Army-wide approval of the new Military Mountaineer Badge for January 2026 issuance, the creation of new Army skill identifiers for all Army Mountain Warfare School courses, securing funding to update high-angle mountaineering kits, and accelerating the fielding of the new cold-weather all-terrain vehicle. Other 2025 honorable mentions include the following. A team traveled to northern Quebec to participate in the Guerrier Nordique exercise, where they trained with Canadian forces and other multinational partners in Arctic conditions. Later in the year, in September, soldiers from across our force joined Operation Triglav Star in Slovenia, a multinational exercise focused on mountain operations. As part of our support to the state of Vermont, we performed numerous domestic support operations. The Army Aviation supported search and rescue missions throughout Vermont, where our training, equipment, and capabilities ultimately saved lives through maximizing search areas and coordinating with ground crews on the scene. Our State Partnership for Peace program continued to excel. The SPP now spans 3 countries: the Republic of North Macedonia, a 34-year relationship, Senegal, a 17-year relationship, and Austria, a 3-year relationship. In 2025, our SPP conducted 42 operations with partner nations and engaged 6 others involving soldiers and airmen across the force. These partnerships led to our largest deployment in North Macedonia for NATO's Immediate Response 25. The SPP also advanced Vermont's diplomacy, fostering economic dialogue with Graz, Austria, to establish Burlington's first sister city in Africa with Thiès, East Senegal. Our world-class athlete program continues to excel. We have a number of soldier athletes competing in biathlon and snowboarding events across Europe as they prepare for early January Olympic trials. 5 have their sights set on the 2026 Winter Olympics in northern Italy. Staff Sergeant Irwin, Sergeant Savrenka, Specialist Burns, Specialist Doherty, and Specialist Germain. We wish you all the best. This holiday season, please remember that resilience isn't about pushing harder, it's about restoring intentionally. Prioritize what truly matters, set healthy boundaries, and make space each day for small grounding moments. And as you care for yourself, look out for others. Many people feel added stress or loneliness this time of year. A simple buddy check, a text, a quick call, or a brief conversation can make a meaningful difference. Let's move through the season feeling supported, connected, and true to our values. Stay grounded, stay grateful, stay resilient. Balance the hustle with moments of calm. To all members of the Vermont Army National Guard family, your service, dedication, and resilience continue to make a difference year after year. I am truly grateful for you. Warmest wishes for a restful, uplifting holiday season.
You've been listening to The Green Mountain Guard.